Morning, noon, and night, and welcome back to the 10th generation of People Talk Show. I'm your host, 10th again, and it's been a long time on the road, but I'm getting ready to retire trucking. Yep, the kids are getting ready to graduate. One more year, and that's it. I may not even finish this year out, to be honest with you. But anyway, what do I have here? A PlayStation 5 unboxed. Oh, and what do I have over here? What is this? For the PlayStation 4, which I got a Pro. A Final Fantasy VII Remake Deluxe Edition unboxed. Remember this, because this is what's been a crash game. Okay? See, this is going to be two parts. Okay, then I'm going to talk about the consoles on the next part. But I was listening to this people called Sweet Baby and some other guy. I don't know, I'm not going to name any names because I really don't even know their names. I've just been listening in. And Sweet Baby, something struck me about them. They said research. Well, first of all, I'm going to say how it is. Don't look for sweet researching people like that, okay? Those are the wrong people to search for research. Because see, when you ask people stuff like that, they tend to treat people like children. Like myself, I'm older than she is. She treats me like a child. So I'm going to do all the research that you need to know. First of all, there are two types of gamers. You have to remember that. And the other one really isn't a game. This is actually interactive media. That's its technical name, interactive media, not games, okay? The first type of game is the one you see on YouTube and Twitch. We call them game smashers. What they do, they put on the hardest difficulty, they dial down the left, rushing from goalpost to goalpost, they run through that game real quick. In about two days, if the game takes 80 hours to finish, in about 2 days they're finished. They rush through it real quick, and then they either pawn the game or go on to the next one. And then you got the game lifers like myself. Game lifers who take their time and play the game. Like myself, it'll take a 40-hour game, and it may take me a month to finish it. Pretty much because I work 80 hours a week anyway. Okay, see, I work. Remember that. I work. Okay? You don't have to remember that. We're going to talk about that right now. I'm working 80 hours a week, and I buy a game for $100. You think I want it messed up? Mm-mm. Because this ain't going to never happen again. Okay? It ain't going to never happen. No longer will I buy games trusting people like Squaresoft and Capcom, anybody. I'm not doing it ever again. I'll buy when I'm meant to play it, which it could be years from now. See, that's what happens when you hire people. See, Sweet Baby is okay, I guess, but you most definitely don't hire anybody with ideology because you can't, you can only, it's like this. You see this PlayStation 5? I didn't buy it for Spider-Man. No, I did not buy it for Mary Jane's jaw. I don't want to look at Mary Jane's jaw. This is bought for Stellar Blade and Stellar Blade only. See, you got to remember, you're wrong about the game is only going to buy one game. Everything else is filler. See, Spider-Man is a filler. That's all. Most people only buy consoles for one game. This is the research. This we pay talk about. So you don't have to hire anybody. I'm going to go through all the research, even the LGBTQ community. I've done all of that for you. So you don't have to be researching no one else. Okay? So the basic you gotta remember, you're only gonna buy one game. Everything else is filler. That's why people still got their PlayStation 3. They're probably just playing Heavenly Sword over and over again. You gotta find another game. Stellar Blade may be that game in addition to PlayStation 3 and get a PlayStation 5. Because see, don't make characters that reminds us of ourselves. We wanna don't make us. Make somebody we are drawn to, like Taylor Swift. She doesn't relate to pretty much anybody. People are just drawn to her. You see why she's a billionaire? Because people are drawn. She's a character that people are just drawn to, like Selena Gomez, like Rihanna, like Beyonce, just like you can say Jay-Z or Roth or Rocky, people like that. Philip, who is gay. So he is gay. No one cares he's gay. The people like myself who is straight, I'm not drawn to Philip because he's gay. I'm drawn to him because he's a well-kept person who takes care of himself. He looks decent, well-kept. He looks marriable. Okay, and he makes some good music. Okay, you can't deny Philip. Philip don't make no good music. Okay, see, let's go into the levels of who buys games, because you need to know that when you really want research, you have to find out who buys. Now, this is the harsh part of gaming, because as I go into this, you got to remember, games have not overtaken Hollywood. Okay, don't get it wrong. The gaming industry has not overtaken Hollywood by a long shot. It outprofits Hollywood. See, it's a difference. This is research now. Listen to this research. This is what you want. It outprofits Hollywood. So let's think about it. You make a game, $70. At the time, $60. Well, if I had a movie, the movie was $19. Okay? Think about it. The game is spent, we're buying games now for $100. $70 is just a base pay. But the actual game is going to cost you hundreds of dollars. Think about that. If you're going to sell a movie for $20 and a game for $100, that's 4 times the profit you just made. See, gaming industry is a small community. The figures are only in 100 million. You don't go over that. Nintendo has failed to get over 100 million. The 130 million is just 30 million, which is a fail. That's all it is to it. And 30 more million, then the people bought the game again. Game since the beginning. Because, like I said, you only can make a game for one person. You can't make a game for everybody. It's not going to happen. Okay? So this is the level. This is the money build of game. The levels, let's drop all the way down to poverty. These are the people that pretty much live on the street. Oh my God, America. How can most companies are countries of our level? I think America is a second world country, not a first world country. Because in most first world countries, there are not people living on the street, okay? And most definitely, there are not people on there asking the people to feed the children, the American children. At St. Jude's, I was on there, can you donate? I've been donating. I'm wondering why this Microsoft is $1 trillion company. You just don't write the check to take care of the children. You just don't do it. Or NVIDIA. Yeah. Don't pay taxes. Don't do nothing, do you? But anyway, you got the poverty level right here, which probably will get me in trouble with Microsoft there, but still, it is what it is. Okay, these people that live on the street, America, we sweet America. And then you get the poor. Now, the poor is a different case. These most of the people that are on government subsidies. Pretty much, some just families with children and everything that they get. Pretty much the food, the housing, the water, like gas and water, they all come virtually from the government. So the poor is pretty much the government now, which is pretty much all the other countries but America. Our poor be poor. Dying somebody. Ooh, I listen to all the news. Okay, I listen to Russian news, Chinese news, Japan news. I listen to UK news, American news, Mexican news. I listen to all news. I pretty much got. And I'm a truck driver. I drive all around the United States, not America, but the United States of the world. Because who else can have a government that anybody can come from anywhere and be the president? I didn't see any Caucasians in the CCP when they sell theirs. Yeah. Or in the Indian. I only saw Indians in theirs too. But everybody's in this one. That's research. Make you go, This is the United States of the world. Okay, this is not the United States of America. Okay. And now you go into the other part of the lower class. This is the people who have jobs. They are basically lower paying jobs, somewhere between minimum wage and you're working for nothing. That's all it is to it. Okay, so you got the lower class, the lower middle class, and the lower high class. Okay, the lower class are the ones that's barely scraping by. Okay, they may only be able to buy one game, and they're gonna make a wise pick. Okay, and again, it may be like NBA or NFL or like I said, Heavenly Sword or something like that. That's all they play is one game. And then when they get tired of playing, they go put it down for a while and they go come back to one game. They may get filler game, but this is a fuller game. Filler game right here. What's a filler game? It's just a side, because I'm not getting off of it. It's a side, like a side quest on a game. What's a filler game? It's like I buy a Nintendo for Zelda and Zelda only. And then on the side, I buy Mario. You see what I'm saying? Mario's the filler game to Zelda for me. Okay, so I bought, Zelda and Bayonetta are my top games that I would buy a Switch for. Mario, pretty much, Metroid, Pokemon, and stuff like that. Those are just filler games. But it reverses over. Some people may buy it for Mario. And Zelda becomes that filler game, and Pokemon and stuff like that. And then it switches over and Pokemon may be their main game to buy the system for, but Zelda and Mario may be the filler game. Filler game is just something that you just pass from time back to the next Pokemon come out, okay? Or like myself, Zelda, I just may play Mario and wait for the Nintendo ain't gonna come out with Zelda for the next. I'm gonna be well retired by the time another Zelda come out. Waiting on old man Nintendo over there. But anyway, we'll get into this later. So this is what the lower class is going to buy for this one game. If they do scrape up and get some more money, they're going to get a filler game. Okay. Then you get up to the lower middle class. They got a little bit more money, but they can't go anywhere. So they make hobby. This is where gaming actually starts to thrive. Where it's almost at its peak. These are the people that want to buy games. Like, look, it ain't been open. Some of them been open, but not really open. All right, I got bunches of games that open. I got a bunch of digital games that ain't been done. That's why I don't like some. I'm gonna be honest with you. By the time I get around to playing the game, you either deleted it or you done changed it. This is never gonna happen again because you may delete it or change it by the time that's why I'm not buying Final Fantasy, because you may delete it or change it by the time I get a chance to play it. See, man, I'm not gonna get on into that. Okay, so the Lord, because these are the people that are mostly hot. They may buy a ton of it, but they don't play them. It's just maybe some nice little box art, or maybe Tifa is in it. So I bought it, so pretty much I'm a Tifa fan. Okay, so I bought it because Tifa was in it. Now I know it's screwed up. I really don't care too much for it. Okay, then you go into middle high class. These people right here are mostly where your digital is going to flourish in. Why? Because they're not really interested in piles of games. Because right now, between the lower middle class and the high middle class, this is where your thicket of games is. This is where you're peaking. You're peaked here and here basically on. And I'm gonna tell you why we go to the upper class, but it doesn't go up any further. This is where it peaks. And like I said, the middle high, the lower high class is iffy. Okay, because they got money. They got a little bit more money, so that means they're gonna go out a little bit more. Okay, they're going to spend more of their time out somewhere. So they're not going to be able to play a game like that. So around about the lower middle class and the lower high class is where gaming peaks in. Okay, don't look at the YouTubers. Okay, the YouTubers only play these games just like Mr. Phil Spencer or Bowser and stuff like that. They only play games because it's their job. So you have to rule them out. It's just their job. So don't look at it. You gotta look at the base of what people want to do. This is the actual researcher who plays your game. And I'm sitting right here on the lower class like this, is because this is where people want to play the game. The lower class has money. The lower class is $1 billion class. This is where a lot of investors make their mistakes when they run over here. Okay? This is where the investors make them. They don't understand the money belt of game. And see, the money belt stops from poverty to poor. It starts coming in at poor. Then the lower class, you start to see a flow, and then it becomes its river and its lake around by lower middle class, and lower high class, it becomes this ocean of money. This is where I'm at this lower high class. This is where your ocean of money. Because these people just want to buy the games and not open them. They're gonna buy them out of the namesake, or they see a character. They may have not played the game, but they see a character on there they like. Okay, because characters in games is like Selena Gomez. Okay, people like her, so they go and buy her movie. Whether it's good or bad. Like that kissing scene she had with the other lady. Selena Gomez is good at everything but kissing. I still love her though, okay? All right. but she did a kissing music video. Everybody was kissing with her. She plays on her strengths. She is a billionaire and she is good at everything. But that's one of the things she's not good at. So she stayed out of it. I understand. That was clever. I really liked it. She was like, I know I'm not good at kissing, so here's everybody else kissing for me. That was good. So people are gonna follow characters around because everybody's a character. Like look at Taylor Swift, another billionaire. Everybody follow her around. Jake, Zoe. What's the other guy name? Kanye West. People follow. They're nothing but characters. You have to treat gaming the same way. Okay. Okay, now we go up now we're starting to get with the problems of gaming. The money bill. That you said we're at the lower class, let's go to the lower middle class. It's still there. But most of these are somewhat collectors. These are the people that like myself. Maybe I'm around the middle lower class. And I'm like, after working 80 hours, I'm gonna play this game. Day one edition. I bought this. This was pre-order from GameStop. Right? This was pre-order. I pre-ordered this and picked this up. At least somewhere in that week it came out. I was going to play this game. Okay? And now, years later, found out you went in there and messed it up. Now I'm mad. I'm not buying Rebirth unless it goes on sale. Because see, I'm the problem. This is why people like Sweet Baby and this other guy that went out and said he wants to, like I said, there's some people that want to run people out of gaming that don't think their way. Well, you can't do that because gaming ain't that small. And when you upset a small community like gaming that about this big, and its strength is almost about to close. It's only 100 billion people. Out of 7 billion people, 100 million people. That's a small community. What are you thinking? It's just big money comes out here. This is not even a village. This is like a neighborhood where it just got a couple of blocks. And we all shop at the corner grocery. That's what it is. That's what it's like. And we went into the corner grocery and they said they didn't want our business if we didn't be like this. So the whole community just went somewhere else and shut the whole grocery store down because it was just that neighborhood. That's what comes game. See, this is where people that comes over here. Billionaires don't understand the money block. They don't realize that the gaming is just sitting in this little small neighborhood. It's just billions of dollars just coming through. That's all it is too. Because see, when you go up to the middle class, okay, I used to work in sales and lease. And I used to deliver furniture and stuff like that too. And I have to hook this stuff up. TVs and stuff. I bring these big TVs in there and I hook the TV up and I look down, there's an Xbox in there. Or a PlayStation 2. And I was like, a GameCube, you want me to hook these up for you? Nah, they just there for show. See? The middle class is your roadblock. They may just buy these just to put up on their display. And that's it. They don't even have a game. I mean, this is footwork. This is stuff that I've actually witnessed going into hundreds of homes as a sales and lease agent, as a product technician, going and fixing problems and solutions. And most of them, they didn't even have the system hooked up. When they went into these middle classes, the system would just be sitting there. Or it won't be no system at all. And then you go into the middle high class. See, these people, then you go into the middle high class. These people have money. They're finna go somewhere. Or they have like myself, I work 80 hours a week and I got a business I'm just starting up on my own on the side. They don't have time for games that much, don't you? So you don't have nobody. Now you're going up into lower high class. Game is virtually non-existent there. You may have one, maybe two people that game, and if they do, they play sports. So between the middle class, you going up now, you get the lower high class, lower middle class, and high class. It's nothing to say because they're not there. I've been in their homes. I've been in the huge mansions with the ocean pools and everything else in the backyard. It's not even a game. The kids don't even have games. They have computers. I go into their room to troubleshoot. I say, "We put the games on a game system." I don't get that. And they would naturally say, "I ain't gonna say what they say. I'm gonna leave it alone." but you pretty much go in and go to. Okay, they all have muscle bound computers up there, and they pretty much they're not even playing games on them. They're chatting with people all around the world. Okay, when you get up into this point, this is where pretty much just the Twitter users are, and the Instagram, their blogs and stuff. It's non-existent. The gaming went off the screen. It done bleeped out. And then you get up to the magistrates, like I was saying about Taylor Swift and people like that who are billionaires, those the magistrates of the world, and the governments and stuff like that. Nobody's playing no game. Their kids may have one just because they have one. And then you going all up. Then you get all the way up into the mortal gods, which is pretty much the Rothschilds and some of the Blackchilds and the other families of the world, where the Rothschilds and stuff like that. The mortal gods, and then you going all up at the heaven. Pretty much, they build a whole document. When you talk about God and Jesus and Allah and all them, they just build the world. They just run around in it for fun. Okay, so let's drop back down to where we got. Around about the lower middle class, from the middle low class. That's what gaming is in. No one else is going to really play a game. This is the research you need. Okay? So stop looking at it. So stop looking at this as a big. This is not even a village. This is just a block, a neighborhood block. And you're only going to buy one game. We don't need. What would you need Game Pass for? I'm only going to play one game. By the time I get to playing the game on Game Pass, it's gone. That's why Google Stadia ain't working. Apple Arcade isn't working, so Apple decided to do something slick. Instead, they're going to put $5 for your Apple Arcade. If you have I have a music in a movie subscription with Apple, they just stuck it over there on it to just for it to survive. Because I don't even watch the movies on Apple. I'm working all the time. You see what I'm saying? When you start getting up into these levels of the money belt, the money castle, it drops. No one's going to play a game. 7 billion people and only 100 million people got game consoles. That's a very small community. You can't make a mistake here, because if you make a mistake, that's the end of you. There is no rebound. See, Hollywood can rebound because they got 7 billion people to rebound from. Gaming you got 100 million. You messed up like they messed up with what was the name of that game? Kill the Justice League. Why would you do that when you knew you was aiming for failure? Because you didn't have that many people that were going to buy it in the first place. First of all, people like Batman. They only come over there to play the game because of Batman. If you go kill Batman, they're not going to come. It's just like that. People only go to Taylor Swift concerts. She's a billionaire. She's the most famous person in the world right now. You think they're going to go to a Taylor Swift movie, a Taylor Swift show, and no Taylor Swift? Or they hang Taylor Swift? They're not going to do that. Are you serious? People are fans of Superman are only coming to see Superman. They'll play the game even if the game is bad. I play games just because I like the character. It's like I played Conan Exiles. The game is terrible, but the character creation was on point. Okay, at first I had a guy on one and a female on the other. Okay, you can strip them all the way down to their skin. You can put them on one pants at a time. The game was more like a filler for Zelda because Zelda, is an old man Nintendo. By the time we'll be burying more people by the time Nintendo come out with another Zelda. Okay, they're not even in the concert anymore. Okay, they're not coming out with a Switch 2 because they're gonna need either two games to actually bring the doggone thing out to be successful. Zelda or Mario. And usually every time they come out with a Zelda, the Nintendo, every time they launch a Nintendo with Zelda is always successful. Okay? So we're not even worried about that. But just because I like the character, the character I create, I built this huge business. I put over 830 hours into it until they annoyed me so bad because they kept changing the game. 1 minute they change like it. The next minute you change, you can't stand it. The next minute you change, the next minute you change, you can't stand it. But I like the character, so I hung in there. So eventually I just got fed up. You have to, your character has to be on point. And if people don't like your character, they're not going to play your game. The character is the most important thing to a life game that you can be. Okay? In case in point, 2 games. One was terrible, one was good. But the terrible one won, and the good one perished. What were those 2 games? The bad one was Overwatch. It was horrible. Overwatch was a miserable game. And then 2, it was Battleborn. That was a better game. What was the deal? How did Overwatch beat them? Look at the characters. I wound up playing Overwatch, and I didn't even like Overwatch, but I liked the characters. Okay? I paid about maybe 20 hours of just because I liked the character guys, and some spiral woman and some other guy there. And it was the 2 that I liked. It was the 2 that I liked. And that was it. Playing Battleborn, no one liked the Battleborn because look at the characters. Plug it in and look at it. The characters all look skinny and weird. Come on. What the heck was that? But the game was awesome. The gameplay was on point. The setup was all. It's like you could take a crew and go up against like some type of creatures like in Destiny was at first, until that guy came in and he messed it up. Now nobody wants to play because that guy, the one that he don't want to hear anybody. And if you say something to him, he's not going to listen. I don't like people like that. If you're not going to listen to me, then I'm not going to listen to you. This is all it is too. Okay, this ain't you know that only work under dictators don't. You're no dictator. Okay, fine. I don't have to play Destiny. Day 1. You see why I don't have to play Destiny? Day 1. Haven't even gotten to it yet. I don't have. See, you got to watch your attitudes too. Your character's got to be good in pro Destiny. You have to have a good attitude when you're talking to people. If you got a bad attitude, people are not going to listen to you, and they're not going to buy what you're working on either. Now you got yourself marked. People are going to be looking for whatever you work on. If they see your name on it, they're going to walk away from it. Do you really want that? And if you have a game, it's like this. Why would I come to play Spider-Man with no Spider-Man? You gotta ask him. This is the only reason I came over here to play it. Spider-Man. Okay? And look at Spider-Man. Well presented, neat, his uniform is washed and clean and neat. Just like that. That's what people are looking for. If you can't get into the character, you can't get into the game. Look at what was the name of the game? Forspoken. That game. What? Okay, yeah, I have to regain my composure. Because every time I go over that part, I laugh uncontrollably because I can't stop it. I'm missing something. The PlayStation. Forspoken, Square. Sony. Square Enix, come here. would you hire a modeling? Hire a model. And then put this model, all this expensive equipment around this model, and design this and all this model into this, and then change the model to somebody else. Why would you do that? You shouldn't even hire the model. You know something? Since you want to change stuff all the time, Sony, since you want to go in people's system when they ain't at home, when you you want to go and delete people's hard-earned work. But definitely, I'm only buying one game for this because it may take forever to play the other games, and you delete them before I get a chance to play them. So I'm only buying for one game. But I don't get it. You shouldn't be hired the model in the first place if you were gonna do that. you know something? If you go change stuff, well, why don't you go back in there and redesign that character back to the original model? Get her some goddess-like outfits and see if you can attract people with her, attract yourself, other than what the heck did you do? Okay? And you know something? And this comes into personality. I heard that you hired somebody named Black Gamers. Black Girl Gamers, my fault. Black Girl Gamers to work on it. Don't do that. Don't hire black people in there like that. You know why? Because see, we in the black community have a problem. And it's called New Jack. We hate New Jack. What is New Jack? New Jack is I'm walking here. Always got the attitude black guy that they put for Hollywood. These black gamers that you hired in there are Hollywood. You know because they come in cursing. We don't curse. Did you hear me curse? I've been talking for about 32 minutes. Did you hear me curse anytime? Black people, we don't curse like that. Okay? We do, you know something? Between Japan versus black people, like I said, this is research. If you want to design a black person, just go outside and go outside your little palace, your studio. Go down there, a place where everybody's populated. Put your hand on your face and turn around. And when you point at that person, you say, "Come here." You take them in there, you put them on there, and you just change the color. Because why? Because black people are just like everybody else. You like cheeseburgers? You like cheeseburgers. You like barbecue? Tasty. Fried chicken? They say black people like fried chicken, but I down Caucasian neighborhoods too, white people that they say, and you know some Popeye stay packed. That's why the Colonel is on every block. They may not go to church, but them white people go to churches. Okay, everybody like the same thing. You like watermelon? I like watermelon. But now you can call whatever you want to. But Iowata, you know, he was holding big. he was holding a whole bunch of them. He probably took them out himself. Okay, we like the same thing you like. You have people coming there, make your characters respectable. Okay, you don't have to be like that. We're not black. We as black people are not outrageous. Okay. Okay. We built games to ourselves. The first game of Trump was a black guy. They said. I looked it up. I can't remember his name, but I'll probably look it up again. I should have did more research before I see it. I should have went over there, but I wasn't thinking of that at that time. But like I said, all right, we like what you like. Black women come in long hair too. Slender, skinny bodies. Okay, big bodies, massive bodies. You see the bones on some, you see the meat on the other ones. See long hair, they go all down to the butt crack just like yours. Everywhere I look, I started looking at Asians. I went on the porn site, the adult sites, and you know, so because I want just to make sure, I'm like, well, you know, every Asian woman that I saw looked like some Blasian person that I seen. Nobody was different. So you can model, you can actually just model whatever you have. Okay, just don't just tell people we just conjure it up. We talk just like we have people have high pitched voices, people have low pitched voices, mid pitched voices. Everybody is just studying the same. Like mine, I'm just pitching mine up, but I really talk like this. I really do. I'm just pitching it up because I don't want to talk too low. Okay, but that's what people do. Everybody do the same thing. I mean, I met Blasian women or black women that sound like cartoon characters. They talk really high and they talk like this for real. I said, you playing with me? No. And they come and she ain't playing, that's how she talks. And I met a bunch of them like that. Stop stereotyping like you're different from anybody else, Asians. You are not different. You are the exact same as everybody. You just got those elegant slanted eyes. That looks very nice. I wish I had some elegant slanted eyes. But you still find other people, black, white, and everybody else with some slanted eyes too. So it's not even unique to you. All you have to do is treat people like you want to be treated. And it'll be fine. Not your fetish of how you want to be treated, how you want to be treated. Okay? That's just all you do, and you're good. It's just like if people play as black characters, but they sound funny. It's like one that sounds funny. Like I said, I'm a heavy Dead or Alive fan. I like Dead or Alive because of the diversity of characters. Especially when they got women with big breasts, medium breasts, small breasts, the big, small, short. It seemed like when they did Dead or Alive, they took the characters individually and crafted them. I like that. The men come in big, buff men, skinny little men, small men. Then you came to Zach. He had a very peculiar voice. And you know something? If you actually listen to Hollywood New Jack, he doesn't sound like black people. But he do. But he sounded weird in the way he did things. But not really. He didn't sound like the place where I came from. So they introduced Zach. I really didn't look at the character. I think he's a white guy. But I think he sounded weird when I first heard his voice. But you know, I used to have a little narrow mind. I didn't have a worldly mind like I have now. I would say, well, pretty much I knew he was a white guy in the first place because he doesn't sound like anybody black. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, you really don't know what somebody sounds like from somewhere, okay? Because white men got deep voices, white men got high voices, white men got soft voices, black men got deep voices, but you don't know. There was another one, Cleveland Brown. He sounded totally weird. When we first heard Cleveland Brown, we were like, who the heck did you get to play him? He sounds funny. He didn't sound like Bill Cosby or anybody, or maybe Malcolm X or somebody like that, or maybe Malcolm, or Martin Luther King. I'm saying it because he's a famous people, everybody know. Martin Luther King. They didn't sound like nothing like him. I'm like, That's when my mind was narrow minded. Because see, the voices that I was hearing, when I heard Zach talk and Cleveland Brown talk, I always heard white people voices talk like that. And then one day I came across black people that sound like that. That's when I started driving trucks all around. Like, oh, everybody's pretty much got the same but different. Okay? So everybody's voices are the same. So you can't really tell when you hire somebody what they're going to sound like. So I even heard a bunch of black people talking like this. But you wouldn't even know how they were sounding, huh? You would think that was a white guy, wouldn't you? But I used to sound like that all the time. So I kind of like changed me when I went to certain places. Okay? So all you have to do, make your characters nice and be respectful. Okay? Don't worry about people that say, this ain't real, like Stella Blaze, that ain't real. No. So Stella Blaze isn't real, huh? When have you ever seen a man from a building and swing from building to building fighting crime? Get 1,000 Uzi rounds shot in and still walk around. What's so real about that? When have you seen a man that dresses up like a bat, that is a billionaire, running around the city, get shot 1 billion times and get smashed with a rock? Still walk around. I am the night driving around 1,000 miles per hour in a black mobile, and no cop is after him. Nobody seems to be able to find this Batmobile. Drink water. Drink water. When have you ever seen a man that draws his power from the sun and they can fly through a heat eye on him, and all of a sudden you throw a rock at him, he passes out. You knock him completely out. Well, David threw a rock at Goliath and hit him in the head and knocked him out. So pretty much, you can use a rock to knock a man out. David really didn't beat Goliath. He just had a weapon that Goliath didn't have. He just hit him with it. So that's real. Now that was real. Okay, you can knock a man out with a rock. That's about as close as you're gonna get. Okay. When have you seen a woman dress up like a cat and jump from building to building with a whip, with some nails for claws, clawing some things? That ain't real either. Okay. Under the sea, you got Ariel. Under the sea, you ain't seen no mermaid. Maybe you seen one, but it may not look right on right, and it looks good on paper and cartoons, but it may not look good in real life. Maybe it's kind of spooky in real life. Okay, that's just how it is. A town colored pink, like Barton. No, you may see a car or something every once in a while, but you don't see much pink of a town. It's not real. We're not trying to be real. All I want is to sit there and come home after I take orders. For 80 hours a week, I take orders from this person, that person, and everybody else. Everybody's got their own thoughts. I mean, you can go for statistics. We got a policy here. Dude, I'm driving a truck for this company that got policies. I don't even know theirs. I only follow the 10 Commandments. If you follow the 10 Commandments, you pretty much are gonna run into no problem. But you like God or not, I guarantee you follow the 10 Commandments, you're not gonna have a problem with anybody where as long as you keep your mouth closed. And they were like, we got a policy this, and you wanna go over our policies? I'm not gonna read that. I'm just gonna follow the speed limit. And if it's stop there, I'm gonna stop at that stop sign. Other than that, I follow them 2 rules. Go to speed limit, stop at the stop sign. Your time to go, your time to go. Okay? I don't feel like being bothered with your Mrs. Mary Jane job and your ideology when I come on to play a game. I don't want to do that. I've done it already. Every time I step out the house, that's what I do. I follow orders. And when I come home and sit down, what I want to do is relax. And that's it. Make your characters respectful. Nobody cares if they're gay. Nobody cares if they're straight. They didn't ask you, first of all. If I see a person with a ring on, they just mean they're married, I guess. Not in America. Nothing mean it's just fashion with jewelry here in America. No one's really married. You just wasting everybody's time. But I come and eat. You can invite me to whatever that unity that you have there. I come and eat cake and ice cream and sit there and not believe you that you're going to stay with this person in America. So let's move on to the LGBT community. I'm a straight man, but I'm going to speak for every last one of them. Yep. I'm going to speak for the LGBTQ plus community. And I stand by this. We're going to start with the gays first. Okay? These are men of suits. These are men of beards. They like a nice line in a line cut. They like cheeseburgers and fries like everybody else. They're men of glasses. And they're men of culture. They never gave their manhood. They just a man that likes a man. That's all it is too. They never said that they want everything ugly. They're just a man that likes a man. No, they don't want a man that looks like a woman. If they want a man that looks like a woman, they just get a woman. They're just a man that likes a man. These are men of suits. These are men of suits and ties. These are men of loafers. You know, some nice shiny shoes, tennis shoes. They like to put their t-shirt and jeans on too. They like to go out and feel the sun in their hair and there. They're just people. You don't have to go out your way to say that this person is gay. I mean, did you just see the conversation? And you be sitting there, and, yeah, I'm this, but I'm gay. And you wonder why everybody look at you stupid for. Because you didn't, and even the gay people look at you stupid. Nobody asked you, first of all, who you're having sex with or what you're laying up with. We're having a conversation about video games. Where did that come in from? No one knows if Master Chief is gay or not. Is that crush? Even if a man was gay and Master Chief came, they wouldn't want him because, dude, when was the last time you took off their body armor? With that body odor must be foul. You never took a shower or nothing. What are you, an android or something? Pretty much, that's how it's gonna be. Just cheap. gay people with the respect that you want to be treated. That's what I do. I'm not interested in no man. I'm pretty much not going to start a couple. I'm not going to start a couple days with pretty much anybody, to be honest with you. The only time I'm going to really notice a gay man if he go and he falls over, and I'm going to run over like, hey, you all right? I just called 911, bro. They on the way. And holding hands like just hold your hand is all I can do. Don't give you no CPR because I really don't know it. I know it, but it's been a long time since I've been in that field. Let's move on to the lesbians. These are ladies of culture. These are ladies of dresses and pantsuits. These are ladies of mascara and lipstick. They like to fix themselves up just like men do. Like I left out the gays like to stick. They sit there and they have these beards. They want to conquer. Women like to sit there and put their makeup on. They like to get their hair done. When a lesbian walk out the house, she puts on her best hair. If she don't, everybody look at it. What the heck is wrong with you? Why you didn't fix yourself up when you came out the house? The same thing they would say with a man. Is there nothing different? If I saw two lesbians kiss, like I saw Selena Gomez kissing the other, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. I'm not really not good with names. There's only about two people that I know in this whole entire world. That's my mom and Selena Gomez. I don't know anybody else. And I don't even know what Selena Gomez. Don't see I'm obsessed with her enough because I don't even know what she's at. Nor do I care. And I'm not looking for them. I'm just waiting for the next video to come out. Like everybody else in this album. That's all I'm just waiting for that. Okay? And if she makes a product, I don't wear perfume, so I'm not going to buy that. I don't wear makeup and stuff, so I'm not going to buy that either. But if she makes something that I like maybe a tie or something, I buy that. But other than that, well, sometimes I just buy it just to have some memorabilia, just to go in my memorabilia box. But other than that, I see two women like Selena. I'm not going to say what a waste. Because like I was just telling you, Selena Gomez ain't finna talk to me or man or nothing. She don't even know who I am. and the same goes to the lady she was kissing. I don't care who you kissing, to be honest with you, because neither one of them want me, or even if they knew me, they wouldn't want me, probably. Look what God did. See, that's how you know it's God. You think God would do me like this? It took somebody else to do me like this. That's how you know it's God. See, you learn everything here on 10 years. All this ain't no research. So you ain't got to go get it from, so you ain't got to go get it from no one else. So like I said, lesbians are ladies of culture. They're ladies of pink. They love their pink. You know why they're ladies of pink? I didn't put pink on them. And no man put pink on them. The elder ladies were made of pink. The elder ladies of the world adopted pink as their color. Why? Because red and white makes pink. See, this is culture. Red stood for power and life. White stands for purity. Put them together, you got pink. Power, life, and purity. That's what it stands for. I kind of can't remember their names who put that together. But you can look it up. It's just bang it or edge it. Just put a look up on edge. Or whatever you like. It's your decision. Yeah, I don't do. Or Firefox or whatever you want to put on there. Or make something up. Just look it up there. I'm not telling you what to do. But that's what lesbians are. They're women that they didn't give up their womanhood. They didn't give up their womanhood at all. They're just a woman that likes a woman. Okay? If a man walks up to a lesbian and says, "You got some," all you gotta do is say, "I got somebody." They don't keep up. That only works in other countries. It doesn't work in America. They're like, "Well, you want to look for somebody else too?" Drink water. I'm telling you, America has no morals whatsoever. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just bad, really bad. No wonder God don't come here. He was like, see, you can tell there's a God. When have you ever seen a king walk through a ghetto? No. No. Okay? You can't get a president to come through the ghetto. So anyway, you see that? So between gays and lesbians, they're just people. They're just men just like men, women just like women. There's no reason for you to make them look ugly. They like beautiful cultural things too. That's why the gay men, they fix their beards up. They fix their lines up. They brush their hair, comb their hair, brush their teeth, wash their face, clean their bodies, they take their showers, and then they go out. They make themselves presentable and go out. That's what you should do in your game. Make everybody presentable. Okay? Just like lesbians. They're not meant to be wrapped in this. What are we now? Afghanistanians? Because that's what you're saying when you say the woman don't look right with her breast out and stuff like that. But first of all, her breast ain't out. It's covered up by a tank top. When did women of America and the free world have become pretty much Afghanistans, if you know what I mean? Have to wrap themselves up in curtains. That's not what freedom is about. We're about, I speak on behalf of all ladies. Them ladies are letting their hair hang. Okay? Well, you can't tell them pin their hair up or cover their hair up. They deserve women deserve the freedom. Women deserve to live like dead or alive. Okay? Put on the clothes that you like. It's like dead or alive extreme beach volleyball. It's where you were on the beach. They told you that where you were on the beach. What are you complaining about? Well, women should look like whatever that woman will because she's free. And you should stop trying to take that freedom. And if you don't like it, leave it alone. Take what you want. If you want to wrap yourself up, then wrap yourself up. But see, that's the problem. You're trying to put things on people that you want to put on yourself. Okay? It's not like she's walking around in her skinnies. Lesbians are ladies of bathing suits. They like their two pieces and they like their onesies as well. And you take a view and then you keep on doing what you want to do. But if you put it on a game, you gotta look at it. Why not look at it? It's just like Taylor Swift. She puts on her two pieces and she puts on her onesies and she comes out there on the stage and everybody going, wow, look at her. Men and women and children alike. Because that's what it's meant to do. For you to be presentable for everybody to look at. When I walk out here, I think I just messed up my whole case bringing me into this equation. I'm not allowed at the beach because they try to throw me back in the water because they think I'm a beach whale. I'm banned out of the zoo because they tranquilized me the last time. Even though the tranquilizers didn't work, it's not going down. Call the police. The police said, "Wait, hold on. I think they pulled up this little thing. Said, I think this registered as a person." No, it don't. So I kind of like snuck out the back and I drove off. So I'm not allowed to the zoo because they try to put me in a cage. We need to. Give me a moment. Give me a moment here. Let me get my thoughts back. All right, everybody. we went from lesbians to where I'm not allowed to go because I get either thrown in the ocean or thrown in Thanks a lot, God. See, that's how you know it's God because I wouldn't do me like this. To somebody else would do me like this. So anyway, lesbians should be respected as people that they like beautiful things, so they should be respected as people. Okay? So what? One person don't look better than the other. If you still look presentable, you still present yourself right the best you can, and there's nothing wrong with it because only one person is going to pretty much be close to you your whole entire life anyway. Not in America, you pretty much going to be close to somebody every 5 seconds. You may get married in the morning, but you be in somebody else's bed in the afternoon. Anyway, that's America. But anyway, lesbians and gays should be treated. I just treat them as people. That's what I do. It's not mine. I don't judge nobody. Yeah, I'm a Christian, but I'm a Christian that don't judge anybody because I don't know if God like me. He may like them, but not me. Or he may like all of us for who we are. We don't know that because he ain't said anything. Okay, the Bible is necessary. God ain't speaking all the time in the Bible. Other people are. Okay, when Jesus speaks, then you know something spoke because he's the Son of God. Or when God speaks. But a lot of times, it's other people narrating what they saw and what happened. And it's like when certain events happen, it's always the same. Pretty much the events around here, we do the same thing that we did in the past, it's going to end the same way. And it's on with the transsexuals. Now, I went on adult sites, and I had talked to, before I did this, because I had to gather my research. It took time because it took a little money to get this research. Okay. So I interviewed gays, lesbians, and transsexuals. Okay, I went on there and I presented myself and I told them what I was doing. They all agreed because they had something to say about it. So I asked the gays, what do you prefer to be called? Mr. or Mrs. Eight of them, out of the 10, 8 of them said Mr. And the other 2, they didn't say Miss, but what they said, I prefer not to be classified as Mr. or Miss. I prefer to be classified as a person. I can respect it. I like to go in there and fill out a job application, and I have to put African American because I've never been to Africa. So my great grandfather was a slave master. My great grandmama was a slave. That's how I pretty much got here. Okay, but not to mention my great. I think I got Asian in the blood too. So it was pretty much everything. So I like to just go in there and just have to be categorized because I understood what they were saying. I did the same thing with the lesbians on the adult site. I went and found the lesbian couples that was on there, and I asked them, I said, would you prefer to be called Mrs. or Mr.? And 100% of them said Miss. That was coming from the women. There wasn't no sidetrack or anything. Then I went over to the transsexuals, and then I asked the same thing. What do you prefer to be called, Mr. or Miss? All of them said Mr. Except for one. Which pretty much went into we had a long conversation. Okay, but the first one, this one that said Mr., what they just said, they just like looking like this. They never get it. I don't get one, 2 of them look like we could easily pass as women. Okay, they said that they just like looking like this. They like people looking at them. They just like the attention, but they pretty much like women. Okay. Some of them said they like men and women, but they said pretty much Mr. because they only look like this because they need the money. That was it. They want it because they need the money, like everybody else. And one said he really liked the attention of all of this. And the other one, this was the guy I have to counsel. He was like, he didn't think anybody liked him. That's why he built like this. And so he went on a long thing. Like I said, I came from a mental health home, so I know how to so that's why I worked there for a while. And I used to listen to the patients all the time with their problems. Okay, so I'm a good listener, so I was like, something? And I say this to all transsexuals. I am not gay, nor do I wish to change myself to look like a woman. But I understand exactly where you're coming from. I like to be, if I could say, smaller, so more muscular. Everybody got some things that they want to change about themselves. Whether it's extreme or not, it's still the same thing. Okay? Yeah, I feel like I put in the wrong body because sometimes I feel like I just take off running. And then I realize my body don't feel like that. I'm just being honest. Sometimes I feel like I just want to get out and just walk for a long while, but I work all day. I can't. Transsexuals are the same. They just want something different in their life, like everybody else. And that's what I told him. You're no different than I am. You're no different than everybody else. And people do like you, but the thing is, you got to realize, so usually you only have like a small group of people that like you. You're lucky if you have one person that's really, really close to your life, like your mother or your father. And a lot of people don't even have it. And you're lucky if you have a good close friend. And he was like, I got a good close friend. And I said, well, you pretty much as good as everybody else is. And he was like, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Because the only people that have a lot of people that like them is pretty much pop stars and rock stars and rappers. So stop looking so hard at TV. He said, I look at a lot of TV. Don't do that. Okay, you pretty much want a cult following. That's your problem. If you start looking at yourself and just being who you are and liking who you are, and just liking the people that like you, you'll be fine. And I told him one time, I'm a Selena Gomez fan. And one time I looked up, I think I was on Instagram, it was a while ago, I was on Instagram. And I was like, oh man, this is Selena Gomez. I was happy, and I pitched her a few questions. I said, what type of song you really want to, would you like to write that would most resemble who you really are without Hollywood around you? What if you could now? What would you write? What would you sing if you could sing a song without somebody telling you to do it like this or do it like that? You know, and other people was in there calling her pretty and stuff like that. And then, you know, so she was just talking off about something else. And then all of a sudden, she looked at the thing. And I was like, I hope she answered my question because I want to hear about how she feel about her music. So the meeting, she went from smiling to, and I was like, you know, I hope it wasn't that I see it, you know. And she just went off about a small handful of people got up under her skin. We're asking questions about her and how she feels. Most of us ask her how she feels and what she wants to be, where she plan on going. Well, so what did she like? What she plan on going in her music career? And a handful of people calling her name made her upset. And that's what I told him. And I said, the problem with you is you're letting this handful of people make you upset. You're only listening to them. It's just look at, and I said, look at, if you can see me, I'm big and family. And if I got upset by a handful of people that call me names, because I joke about when I call myself names, they can't even find them to say to me that I ain't that I don't joke about anyway. And I was like, you're letting that get to you. If you stop letting that handful that call you names get to you, then you'll be happy and start listening to the people that actually care about you, or people that you know that live amongst you. Because I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're LGBTQ. As long as you ain't hurting anybody. The only time the LGBT community made me despise them, truthfully, I hated the LGBTQ, is when they were marching and they said, we're coming for your children. I was like, how dare you? How dare you take the freedom from someone else? A child should have the choice to be who they want to be. You shouldn't do them like that. You don't want people to do you like that, so don't you do them like that. Because I know how it feels when somebody take your freedom from you. And that's the only thing about the LGBTQ. But other than that, well, I like you to like find something else other than the rainbow because I kind of like rainbows. Could you find something that everybody ain't looking at? But those maybe a symbol or something. But other than that, I never had a problem with it. I don't care. That's between you and you. For me, that's between you and God. He the one that's going to say whether who comes to heaven and who's not. And pretty much, there's a bunch of gods. There's a Holy Ghost God. There's a whole council of them. It's like a government up there. Okay. If you make it to heaven, the righteous shall see God. That means you're going to be judged by other gods before you go see Him anyway. No one. I don't know if they like you or me. I don't contradict anybody on anything that they do. As long as you ain't hurting anybody, that's your own business. Or you ain't just throwing it all up in people's face. You shouldn't have to pronounce that you're a lesbian or gay. Why are you even bringing up the conversation in the first place? Okay? Two characters in gaming are been transsexuals, and one of them is in Code Veronica, where the brother was he's playing as a transsexual. He plays as himself, and he plays as his sister. He dresses up like his sister too. And the other one is Poison. Both of these are famous. And I guess that's why Capcom don't want to mess with Code Veronica because they don't want to blow something up because it can wind up terrible. But other than that, no one cares if you're LGBTQ. We really don't. I don't know too much about the Q. Okay. Bisexuals. I only interviewed 2 bisexuals. But because there was a couple on there, and I was like, so, well, I just as you first become Mr. or Mrs. And the lady there, she took over. I'm with the Mrs. and with the Mr. I was like, well, what do you, well, so y'all, and I made a joke, but so both of y'all have, they said, yeah, I don't mind taking care of his children, both his children. And like I have his child, she has a child. It's like, okay, so you all agree to just be all a couple together, yeah. And the other bisexual said this, I don't have no problem with that either. I mean, pretty much. Well, you know, somebody really don't like my wife, but my ex anyway. One more year and I'll have to ever see her again. Pretty much, I would prefer one guy to take them, to just take them off for them. So I wouldn't have to get to. I wouldn't have got in trouble with him because she pretty much fighting over. It's a mess. I ain't gonna worry about it, but it's almost over with. I hear I'm Stevie because her final capitals are about to be over with. Drink water. So anyway, so that's about as far as I went with the bisexual. The bisexual was pretty much a man with two or three women, and that was pretty much about it. Yeah, I don't like that Q word because I don't really, so I never anybody that's ever said that they were the Q word. So I really don't want to say because it sounds like I like the N word. It sounds like you shouldn't use it. It really don't. But I'm not exactly sure what it really means. But I didn't find anybody that refers to it. But I did find two incest couples. And this is when I found out with the LGBTQ and when they say plus. The plus, when they say plus, is incest. LGBTQ plus is incest. I found that out. See, all the research is right here. And like I said, I asked them the same thing. Do you prefer to be called Mr. or Mrs.? They was like, what are you talking about? This is my brother. He's the Mr. I'm the sister. He's the Mrs. I said, so y'all, and you know something? He said, well, you know something? People should be allowed to love who they want to love. And I agree with that. It's not my business. I don't care if you're with your sister because more likely she wouldn't be with me. It's just like I remember what I said about the lesbians. I don't care if two models are kissing. If they want kids, if they to choose a man, they probably choose a man that wasn't me. So why do I care? Because I don't. I don't care who you kiss. That's God's problem. As long as you ain't doing the thing that I said that made me hate the LGBTQ for a small moment, we come for your children. You shouldn't do people like that. Okay? People should have the right to know where they came from, who they are, and what they're meant for to be. If they choose to do something different, it's their own choice. And no one should take that from them. Not no LGBTQ, no straight, no one. Okay? Just be respectful. Okay? Some people, if people don't do that, leave them alone. You can't take gays over to the Middle East. You know what's gonna happen. If they don't want to do that, leave them alone. That's a pretty much an American thing, a European thing. That's what you did. That's what it's just in the Bible how it's always been like that. And if they don't want to do it, leave them alone. And you just be happy within yourself. Okay, so if you don't like the pink, then you don't have to worry. That's what freedom is about. If you don't want to never put no pink on, you don't have to. If you want to put pink on, this is what pretty much being a Western is all about. Being free to do whatever you want to do without hurting somebody. If you want to wear a bikini and let your hair down, you should be able to. And no one like Sweet Baby, Black Girl Gamer, Sony, or Square should tell you not to. Because now you're contradicted against freedom. Okay, if somebody want to come and put a bow in his hand, I don't care. That's what at least United States have to stand for something, even though you can't trust them. We'll go into that later. But anyway, you should be if you're free. You should be able to walk around with your shirt off as a man if it's legal. It's not legal for me. I get arrested. Okay, so men that got muscles and big pecs, take your shirt off. I wouldn't look at you. I don't care, but there are other women and probably some men that won't look at you. I wouldn't, unless you're sitting there, you're singing a song or something. I'm watching you perform. Okay, that's about it. Okay, if a woman wants to walk around and she wants to let her hair down and wear a bikini, if it's legal in that place, wear it. Especially down south, because it's gonna get hot. And when it get hot down here in Memphis and on down, you're gonna see women walking around with bikinis on just an average day. A lot of them walk around with bikinis and a slippers on, and then with their hair down, or their hair like pent up to where the ponytail comes out because they don't want the hair on their body because the hair makes them hot. Okay, that's what freedom is about, and freedom should be put in the game. Okay, and that's how it should be. We shouldn't be making people look ugly. Okay, it seems too Willie Lynching, like Willie Lynch. It seems like more like the slave level. Okay, make people not like you, or I'll talk about that later. I'm not gonna get into too much in this, but this is more like research for games. This is pretty much a gaming thing and how people should be treated. Okay? As straight people go, we like beautiful things too. We want everything. What you talking about? What's to be for free for the male gaze? Because as a straight man, what you talking? You need to clarify me looking at beautiful women because I look the same way at the men that's playing basketball, the same men that's playing football. If that man came out there looking all nappy headed and musty, and with his hair all matted and musty, I'd be like, dude, what is wrong with you? Clean yourself up. Okay, get yourself together. And the same thing I would say to a woman, she came out there looking all musty with the head all screwed all up. Man, you really need to go in and get a straight comb to that. Okay, you need to wipe yourself. You kind of stink. You need to wash yourself. Go and take yourself a shower. I would say the same thing to a woman that I say with a man that came out there playing football or basketball. Man, you need it's time to clean yourself up. Everybody would. Trust me, if Tom Brady would have came out there when he was playing football and he didn't have that boy cut, he looked like he personally still like he's a college dude, to be honest with you. Honest. If he came out there with his hair all out, all matted and nappy, and he had a beard that was smushed all in right there, wasn't even combed and stuff like that, people say, dude, you need to go clean yourself up. It is no different how people treat a man and a woman if you really actually look at it. Yeah, is a man looking at a woman? Yeah. Because pretty much you're the star of the show. Of course people are gonna look at Taylor Swift. But she's gonna sing, but I'm just gonna look over this way, over this green screen over here. That's what we gonna do when Taylor Swift come out. Or when Selena Gomez come out, we just gonna look away because we're not supposed to have a gaze at her. Stop being silly. Because everything you say is silly. Selena Gomez is just like Taylor Swift. They go in there, they clean themselves up. They wake up in the morning, lesbians, gays, lesbians, straight men, straight women, transsexual. We all got the same routine. We get up, we brush our teeth, we take our showers or wash ourselves up, comb our hair. Even me, look how I look. I do the same thing everybody else do. I try to put on there I go again. I put on my best me, okay? Just like Selena Gomez put on her best hair, just like Taylor Swift put on her best hair, and present themselves to the world like everybody else. They're like gays and lesbians. We're all in the same boat, okay? We're just trying to make it through life as happy as we possibly can, trying not to hurt anybody, trying to look like to tell God that, see, I'm a good person, and I'm good enough to be in heaven. Or whatever venture that anybody else wants. If you don't believe in it, well, something. Well, once it's over, it's over. And like I tell atheists, the same thing. I say, well, something. If this is all the life you have, why are you making it miserable for somebody else? Because their only existence is just going to be miserable. Make people. Why are you treating them that way? You shouldn't treat them that way. That's all it is too. Treat people right. If that's all you believe in this life, then just something. Try to make a happy life for everybody. And that's all it is too. And that should be in the games. What are you making a mockery of people for? It's like Kill the Justice League is like, well, we're gonna take your favorite toy and we're gonna smash it in front of you. That's all you did. We're gonna take Flash and smash him. And then pee on him. Your favorite toy because for what? What did I ever do to you? One time I thought, this one time I met some females. They were standing, they were talking about wrestling, how wrestling was unfair to women. And I really didn't know that they were talking about that, but I heard somebody in the disco. It was somebody in the parking lot doing donuts. I think I was some type of gas station. I was just buying something or something like that. I was off work. And I looked in that direction because I'm looking at the direction of the car because I didn't want him to lose control of hitting my car. So I'm kind of like getting a little sweat up here. I'm like, I wish you stopped doing those donuts out there in the middle of the road. Would you stop? And then the lady looked at me and said, yeah, me and this. I said, what you talking about me? And one lady, she said, he was looking at that fool over. He wasn't looking at it. Yeah, he said, but men think they everything. I said, man, what? I was like, man. What you was finna say? I said, what did I ever do to you? Men have not. What did I do to you? Is what I said. She said, you never done that to me. Well, why are you picking with me for? Because they were talking about the WWE. And I was like, what you talking about the WWE for? They don't support women like they should. What you mean? Well, they got an all men show, but they don't have an all women. I said, they had an all women. I said, they had an all women show. He said, yeah, but they ain't doing it anymore because, and I was like, ma'am, you didn't support it. Okay? You didn't support it. And I was like, glow. And I tried to turn around and say, what you mean glow? What you talking about glow? Was I supposed to be glowing or something? Because you were talking, because one of the wrestlers, she glowed. I forgot her name. I was like, no, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. It was a show a long time ago when I was a kid called Gorgeous. I used to watch it. I used to watch all wrestling. My favorite martial artist was Cynthia Rothrock, okay? Do you even know who she is? See, the problem is, you didn't support it. That's why I went away. Okay? See, you got a lady football team. They were like, what? That's a lady football. Did you look it up? You got a you got a lady basketball team. You got a lady basketball team. You got a lady soccer team. Do you support them? Because see, they were talking about the male gaze. So this is the last bit of research, right? Because this is long. But this is research. So you can always pause and come back whenever you feel like it. But this is research. And I was like, did you support it? See, the problem is, when you make this stuff, if you make something for LGBTQ, you may have a problem if they don't support it. Like I said, the gaming community is small, so I'm bringing this up. Because I'm going to end this because it's really about a minute, an hour and 16 minutes long. But it was small. So, and I'm telling you, women, like, so you have to support this stuff when it come out. Because you got to let men like you. You see, we just want to watch the game. But if I go out, but see, I can't go out to the soccer. I can't go out to watch women's soccer. Because if I go out there, I'm just sitting there, because they're talking about the men game. If I go, I'm just there to watch the game. I don't even know your names. We don't want men. Okay, well, fine. The men ain't going to show up. So the women got to show up. Just like the basketball team. I can't watch it. It's not that I don't want to support the basketball team. I don't want to be talked about. I don't want to be harassed by the women's basketball team and the women that's around her. Now, I don't know why you men, it ain't number 10 of us in here. Well, with me, it's about 30 or 40 of us now, but if I leave, I'm taking about 14 of me with me. Okay, you got to support this stuff. So you got to be careful when you try to say, we should all, because you got to make sure people want to support it when you make it. Okay, I don't want to go too far into that right now about the people. Like I said, I like the support. My favorite wrestler was Lana. And she was the last of my favorite after Ryback. And I got some bad news for you. After he left, all that was left was Lana. I mean, when she left, I don't watch WWE anymore. This is all it is too. But I had 3 favorite wrestlers. All of them left. When Lana left, that was it. See, my favorite wrestler was a woman. What are you talking about? Because I like them because I like to hear her do them impressions. I like people with talent. I'm a person that likes talent. Okay, and she's beautiful too. Yeah, that goes. She's a well-kept person, like I'm saying, like everybody else. Just like Ryback was well-kept, just like Bad News, he was well-kept. After they left, I started watching it because my favorite rappers weren't there anymore. I want to watch something and the people that I like ain't there. Anyway, and that's what I told her. You have to support this stuff because some men can't support the women here in America. You're gonna talk about us. Why would I? It's just like me listening to a rap song. Why would I listen to somebody say I'm hating on you and calling me the N word or the B word all the doggone time? I'm not gonna do that. So I'm not gonna go to these wrestling messages. I'm not gonna. I want to watch some football, and the ladies have some football. I go in and they treat me well. Yeah, I ain't trying to do them. It's just like me trying to have sex with Selena Gomez or tell them I don't even know where they at. And I don't care. You can find the biggest Lancelot in the world. I don't think he can pretty much have any relationships with them from where he's at, from where they at. Don't even know where they at, who they're with. They can be on the other side of the world. I'm really not looking for them, to be honest with you. Honestly. So why are you even treating me in that way? Because first of all, I didn't do anything to you. Trust me, I'm in the same boat you in. The same man that did you wrong did all of us wrong. Just like the same woman that did you wrong did all of us wrong. Okay? Women were selling other women children. It's like, man, they didn't want to bring it up. Not to mention, women ain't really been held back, but you just had one that ruled a country, that ruled pretty much, Queen Elizabeth pretty much ruled the world for a century. So what are you talking about? And that's when they got quiet and left me alone. And you was like, you're right. I said, you know something? And I told them one thing, look up Willie Lynch and read it. And you will see the problems that you're going through because feminism, because they were telling me about the feminism. And I was like, feminism ain't nothing but just a piece of tape over this one thing. They were like, what's that? Willie Lynch, read it. And about 5 minutes, this one lady, she was staring at it. And tears was coming out of her eyes. This white lady, she just started screaming. She said, come on. And she called the man on, I guess it was a fiance too. She said, you know, I made a mistake. He was yelling at her, said, you know, I'm tired of this. Okay, you don't even treat me like a person. You can hear him because he's yelling that loud. And I'm like, ooh, she just said, why you ain't yelling back? That's what he said. I said, because I want you to read something. And so I felt comfortable where you be. He said, I don't want no problem. It ain't gonna be no. He said, it ain't gonna be no problem. Not anymore. I mean, I was hating you for no reason at all. All this was my fault. And that's when she left. And the rest of them, another one got on the phone. They started getting on the phone. They were calling people. I don't know what they were saying. Because at that point in time, you know, I was glad they left. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was glad they left because now I'm alone, and I really don't, you know, I got friends, but you know, I'm looking for more people in tune with what I'm trying to do with my own business and stuff like that. So, and I work 80 hours. I really didn't keep in touch with them like that. But pretty much when I retire, it's gonna change. So I'm just doing it because of child support. Once I'm off child support, that's it. I'm not, 80 hours is gonna go. I gave America 2, and I'm through. Okay. So we're getting ready to wrap. There's so much more to say, but this is the first part of the research of how you make characters and make characters that are presentable, well kept, okay, and respectful. Okay, it's no reason for you to snatch somebody's favorite toy because, like I said, the gaming industry is this small, and you make a mistake, that's always going to happen to your. This is what's going to happen to your company. Okay, but I digress. When something like this is happening, the COO and the CEO is making a lot of money, and a lot of people are losing their jobs. So but this was about gaming, saving your company. Okay, you don't have to go out your way to find people if no one's around you like that, then you just go to the next best thing. You can always just I would say look on the adult channels. If you want to find a black woman, look on the adult channel because that'll give you the best idea. You need to be able to make that from the birth up. Like I said, from the birth from so what you don't have nothing on, then put her on clothes that she's going to fix it. That's how artists do things. That's why they paint artists. That's why artists paint their human sculptures in the nude. You have to start from the nude and then go on with it. Now I ain't saying put them nude on your game now. Especially when you're dealing with Sony or Microsoft. Don't do that there. You can, like in Heavy Rain and stuff like that. I wish they make more. That's where you can put your LGBTQ if you wanted to. And games like Heavy Rain. Because if you put them in something like, let's just say, resistance or something, it doesn't sound. Look, we're trying to resist. Or what's the other one? Hell diving. There's no reason to put no LGBTQ in there. Everybody's skinheads were trying to blow up something, trying to die through hell. Nobody asking you who's the LGBTQ. Nobody cares. Okay? But if you make a game like Heavy Rain or Until Dawn or Detroit, something like that, that's where you can put that. That's where you can put it. But like I said, the LGBTQ, you gotta understand where they support. Because see, gaming is a small community. Okay? And most people aren't even thinking that way. Like I said, I'm not going to ask anybody. If I see a woman with a ring on, I'm just going to avoid her. And if I see, and I'm not going to ask, the only time I'm going to know she married to a man or a woman anyway, is she walking through and her belly got bigger. All of a sudden. And she about this big, but her belly this big, okay? And so pretty much she's married to a man. Or she done went down and she done bought a child or something to put in her or something like that. That's pretty much what it is. You got to purchase it. That's all it is too. Because children, if you buy a child, the baby business is booming. If you buy a child, you pretty much bought a child. And pretty much even if you have the natural way, in America, you don't bought a child. So now you should know. This is the first week of the What the Craze game. If you don't make a character that people are drawn to, don't make a character people can relate to. Make a character people are drawn to. Somebody people want to admire. Just like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man. You're drawn to Spider-Man. Okay? If you make them like we don't want to, that ain't gonna happen. Because this ain't gonna never happen. You come into my house and you change my game. Now I got a Final Fantasy and I bought this luck and I bought it digital. And now more than likely you can change the digital without my permission. Now when I'm getting ready to play this game, you done messed it up. And just when I was getting ready to go buy a rebirth, found out you messed this up. And Square coming in my house, taking my games, I done worked 80 hours a week, and I spent $100 on a game. You come and tell me you turn off the license. Two games going on here because it came with it, and Stellar Blade. And when Stellar Blade come on PC, they just wind up either. But my kids are graduating and they already got an Xbox. I need to ask them on PlayStation 5. I didn't ask them that. They never mentioned. They always ask me for everything, but they never asked me for a PlayStation 5. So I guess they really don't care. One now he wants $300. Get ready to send him. I'm saying I just got up to save him for $300. He didn't ask for a PlayStation 5. Okay, so I only give them what they ask for. Except for the Xbox. I bought them Xbox while we were doing the pandemic. I found the money at the time. If I got it, I sent it to him. So that was the only time I sent it. So maybe I need to just ask them out. Maybe I will. They probably don't even care. Okay. One year ready, he may go to the military, he may go to college. He hasn't really made up his mind yet. So anyway, but this Sony has burnt their bridges. And when you do that, like I said, I had bought a new TV. Normally I'm a Sony man. And you know where you messed up at Sony? You don't do that with your customers. Microsoft can do that, but Microsoft can't because Microsoft is pretty much the public operating system. It's all around the world. So they can't really tamper with things with Windows because if they do, they'll make governments mad. And when they make government mad, and government start throwing them out, Microsoft got a problem. So you go and do something Microsoft won't even do. Go in there and take something. Because if Microsoft takes something off their PC and the government see that, they freak out, that's it for Microsoft. Okay? When I bought a TV, I normally buy. I used to be a Sony man. I ain't buying a Sony. You burnt your bridges. You ain't the only one. Nintendo burnt their bridges too. Just like when I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, it actually flopped to me. I didn't like it. And then until I get the little money thing again, I got some money. I started playing. But they found out Nintendo went in and changed it. I wasn't even at home when they changed it. Normally, I buy games just to support. Do you know Tears of the Kingdom was the last game that I bought on Nintendo? When you do something like that, like I said, the gaming community is small. And a lot of us just buy games like this. That's how you get billions of dollars. Like I said, I bought this twice. Full price. You pissed me off, I'm not going to do it anymore. Just like Mortal Kombat, I'm boycotting it too. But I bought it. How did I do that? Okay, so you're not going to fix these characters like I want them. You're going to fix like somebody else wants them. All right, fine. I'm not going to pay for what Sweet Baby's ideology or anybody else's ideology is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pay for half the game. So, and I'm going to pay this half for the game because the game is still pretty much a decent game. You're going to pay for everything else. Okay? So, I didn't buy it until it went on sale. When it was half off, that's when I bought it. People think like that too. Well, if I can't get what I want, just like this. I'm pissed off because I paid a full price to see Tifa in all her glory. And like I said, there's a story behind Tifa. And I'm gonna leave this right here, and that personally helped a friend of mine. And there's a personal story behind Laura Croft that helped a stranger that I had ran into. And I'm gonna talk to them about that. I'm gonna leave this right here so I remember it because I gotta go to work. This right here is past its limit a little bit, but we're gonna end this with the investors. This is only talking about if you want to make money. If you make a character that people are drawn to, even if the game is bad, people will still play it. Even like this, until they get too bad. A lot of times you can make a bad game, and that's all it is too. But people like the character. It's like God of War. God of War was terrible to me, but I like the Kratos, so I kept playing it. The new God of War that they made, the older God of War, I liked everything about the game. But this new God of War, I didn't have no complaints. But I like the Kratos. They made a character that I was drawn to. Okay? And that was the only reason I played the game. And I even bought, even though I didn't like it, I bought it. I bought the other one, but I ain't played it. I only bought it because I'm supporting Kratos. I wish they never put his kid in there, to be honest with you. I didn't like it. It seemed too much like the Wind Waker. They looked like the idea came from the Wind Waker. But anyway, if you want your game to succeed, make characters people are drawn to. If you don't make characters people are drawn to, they're not going to play it. Nobody cares what your ideology is. Even in communist countries, they don't care. They don't care. They don't care what the person in charge, or even dictator countries. Nobody cares what the ideology. They only listen because they have to. But when you do that, when people don't have to listen, that's when you have a problem. So this is just research. I researched the whole thing for you. Okay? Well, actually, it's a part two because this is too long. But anyway, this is 10. We'll do more of this in a little bit. But right now, it's time for me to get ready to go to work. Well, bed and go to work. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again. Take care of yourself. And to everybody, you are a special person. Okay? Don't let it get down. Don't let it get down that everybody don't like you. Just like the people that like you. And let the people that like you. And you'll be fine. Take care of yourself.